Nine Spiral. Yo.
Hey, yourself the real.
And Eliezer.
All right, Nine Spiral. All right. Tribal Mafia. We in the building.
Underrated, you a fool if you thinking otherwise. My vibration is irrelevant to knowledge you holding. Mere mortal primitive being, this is what you inherit. Lower vibration, no being in the state of slow motion. Ill-equipped to fit the description of pictures so tainted that through wisdom it has now become vividly clearer. Every move you make, we observing your maneuver. The quicker you move, it builds up the pressure. The louder we screaming crystal vibration that reaches the heaven. Promise to listen and open the windows, pouring out blessings amongst all the children of Israel. Is official. I thought you knew he won't prosper. No weapon, sacred ground you standing on will be crippled. I suggest you keep on clinging to Jacob, keeping the code, staying in the vibration, talking the frequency connected to heaven that embodies a whole nation of people with a destiny that has to be reckoned.
We ain't cut from the same cloth. One time for Nagarville, not Bill Hobo shit like your Torah clean up murder. Destiny bring ecstasy. Can't get enough. Handcuffed to the mouth. We ain't cut from the same cloth. That's a carry raw. That new tune off flaw. Got your mental dog. Even Esau down the broad. Hebrew rise, Big Mama up. Accept the law. Precept the law. The begotten soul. Sue 7. Watch the creek, pass it, Shammai, Kadawi, coming out the sea, serving back to the masses. The deep compression of oppression, no comfort. Choose you today, fulfill the Ruach bird, cause your soul can't turn away from idols. Your Bible's suicidal, vital that in the mind's title. Blasphemy upon the disciple that comes in the name of Jesus. KBC, I keep the cycle. This here tribal, frame and shaper, respect the titles. No polo fingers, all sauce, but what a boss. MHOE run the point from your temple. It's MHOE, not people who should like your mother. Watch the Torah clean the mud. That's the bring ecstasy. Can't get enough. Handcuffed to a mouth. We ain't cut from the same cloth. One time for Nagarville, not Bill Hobo should like your mother. The Torah clean the mud. That's the bring ecstasy.
Cut the cloth off the idols, that Babylon out their Bibles, the javelin through their vitals, just drop a die for survival. I put my thoughts on this tribal, I kept the code like it's bridle. Nappy Khan like I'm Kaido, Obi-Wan on arrival. Took my losses in cycles, I marathon to the spiral. Capitan on my rivals, American to the title. See the flat earth like I do, I shot the ball in the finals. Kobe won, young Patty won, Annie Khan on the Vatican. President John, young Patty, and take a boat to the Zambia. Cuckoo Khan, I'm the Capitan, told you once it's all happened. Dropping up, it's all battle plan, vibing up, cause we better than destiny is in major. We meant soft, nothing wetter than Crenshaw on my letterman. Energy that's protecting them. Turn the key for ignition and see the Nagas positioning. If they join us, they witness it. Reconstruction is quickening. KTC Dracon Vision. Hijack City is crippling. One drop for the rippling, one rock for the dribbling. Shoot your shot if you're feeling it. It's your time to be killing it. Tenderoni is sickening. Keep them all at safe distance. Separation is natural. Home team or they visit. They take shots for the riddling. My Dracon, he be riddling. On my talk, I be listening. She cook meals in my kitchen, rinse my ruach with heaven sense. Bathe my knowledge with evidence, common sense for validation.
Rock Nation. Huh?
Hey, what about that there one time, huh?
One time for Nagarville.
Man, one time to buy Shalom to the people.
Hey man, say that was a fire hook right there. I like that. Bill Harusi light him up. Torah clean them up. All right, shalom to the people out there. 9 Spiral, Yosef the Real, Eleazar. All right. We gonna touch on this total eclipse, April 8th, 2024. All right, now it's a lot going on, on social media. And so what we did, man, we just took some videos and put them together and made like a compilation. All right. So we just gonna go through it and just play it by ear. Shabbat Shalom to the people out there. I ain't yourself, it's on you.
Nat. Shabbat Shalom to the people out there. Just want to bless y'all with some things, some Baruchs. They try to put a lot of fear factor on whatever is related with the Most High.
Facts.
As long as you got your foundational set right, you have nothing to worry about. It's the people that's anti-Shem that got stuff to worry about. It's the people that's anti-creator that got things on their plate they need to worry about. So as for us, we're going to take it and we're going to observe it and we're going to get our vibrations.
That's fact. That's fact. And that's a great point, Yosef, because if you're keeping Torah, all right, and your parents are rocking with you, all right, then if you read Proverbs, all right, Big Mama said she ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. All right, so we really ain't got nothing to fear. All right, they gonna run all kind of stuff through social media, bridges collapsing and shit. To try to distract us. But another thing that this is about, man, is the fact that the Most High put time limits, all right, on our captivities, just as he did with our ancestors, all right, and 400 years is about to be up.
Nat. Just before we get into it, I know that the good Agnon Spiral, he's very, very resourceful when it comes to the 1812 Devil's Comet. You know what I'm talking about? We talking about Tecumseh's Comet, known as Napoleon's Comet, but we know what it is. All right. There's some things that popped off with that comet. Not sure if everybody knows or is aware of, but the Mississippi River ran backwards. A lot of the ground around the Mississippi, what was it, about 100 yards got eaten up or something like that?
It was, it was, say, a couple of hundreds, maybe 3. Back from the Mississippi, widening banks and stuff like that. Not to mention these surrounding area. Listen, man, like on that second video, the guy is going to talk about these fissures, right? Now, he got sources saying that some of those fissures was half a mile long. And so you got accounts of people seeing whole cities vanish right before their eyes into the ground. He matter of fact, he put it like almost like he said it was almost as if it got swallowed up and the land connected right back together like nothing happened.
Facts.
All right, so I was gonna look up the word terraforming. Right, but we ain't got to do that because that same comet, all right, is here, all right, and it's gonna be visible April 8th. Now the funny thing about it is that on April 8th, it's not gonna be the closest that it can be to the sun. The comet is gonna keep on coming towards us. And so it gets its closest to the sun, I think, in June. In June. All right, now this is this same comet that the last time he was here did some terraforming in North America.
Facts. And this is the reason why I did want to bring that up is because you did bring up the fact about this boat running into this bridge and shit. Understanding, and don't quote me on it because I'm not 100% sure, but they said some currents changed. Currents in the water started changing. I'm sure as to the accuracy of that comment or the accuracy of that resource, but things like that was going on in 1812 too. Currents were changing, right?
Okay.
So we got this energy right now that's setting off vibrations, pretty much. It's gonna be not just 1, 2, 3. It's gonna be a whole things that's gonna be implicated, and there's gonna be reactions, and they're gonna be things that happen after the whatever happens. So let's pop off with this video, see where we go, and let's get this drop.
Eleazar, you got something to add?
Oh, no, man, I'm cool. I'm straight.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's roll.
Let's roll. Let's rock. Let's cook.
Hell is going on in our skies because it is downright bizarre. I want to go back first to 2017, and then I'm going to go forward because all of this is going to link together by the time that I'm done. But let's take a look. What happened on August 21st, 2017? Well, there was the Great American Eclipse, a total solar eclipse that went over the United States of America. And in fact, when this thing hit over our country, what's interesting is that it hit over towns called Salem. You can see Salem, Oregon, Salem, North Dakota. And then, of course, we've got a total of 7 separate Salems that this particular solar eclipse went over. So it's interesting. Now, when you dive into it a little more, what does Salem actually mean? Well, if you take the biblical reference of that, the Bible does talk about a city called Salem, and this is in Genesis as well as Psalms. I'll read Psalm 76:2 here. In Salem, also in his tabernacle and in his dwelling place in Zion. And then you can see, and Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. Now, what Salem means in the future is, well, it means Jerusalem. And that you can kind of see here where it says, on which account he was there, the first priest of God, and the first built a temple and called the city Jerusalem, which was formerly called Salem. So Salem and Jerusalem, basically one and the same. So I would take, let me go back to that picture because I think this is a great picture. I would take this first Salem route, as more of like, all right, we're talking about Jerusalem. Jerusalem has always been really interlinked with scripture, really interlinked with Israel. And, I would almost take this as, all right, maybe something good is to come. But that was in 2017. Now let's fast forward to today, because in less than a month, we are going to have yet another total solar eclipse. And this eclipse is happening on April 8th. Take a look at this. And this is on timeanddate.com, by the way, if you want to look this up. But you can see the eclipse, April 8th, 2024, a total solar eclipse. And by the way, this is heading in the other direction. If I go back to my picture here, this one kind of went, that way. And this new one is kind of coming from the other direction there. And this is the path that this new one is going to be on. But what's interesting is this time, and the coincidence on this thing, it's not coincidental. Let me just put it that way. But this path is now going to go over Ninevehs. In fact, 8 Ninevehs. And I don't, somebody else put these charts together, this one, and I don't know who to give the credit to, but thank you for whoever did. I did not put those together. But here we have Nineveh, giving credit where credit's due. You can see all the different Ninevehs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know what all of this is about, but let me just add one more thing to the puzzle of everything that's going on before I kind of give my assessment here. And it's this one, ABC News. What to know about the devil comment expected to pass by Earth within the summer. When is it expected to be close? Well, around June 2024, and that date could flex, as far as I know. So now, is it all just coincidence? I highly doubt. I believe that we do serve Almighty God.
Anybody heard about the eclipse coming up? Anybody else sick of hearing about the eclipse before it even gets here? Well, it's not a laughing matter because this is it, guys. You don't even realize what all's going on with this eclipse, but I'll try to summarize it in the time it takes to play this time lapse. So the National Guard has been deployed and local residents are being urged to stock up on food and water and make sure your cell phones are charged. They know that this is coming because, I mean, it's like a week before the red heifer sacrifice, and no one is actually confirmed. Also, the polar vortex is spinning backwards now. The East Coast is absolutely paralyzed.
AI, you got anything you want to add to that? Because he's saying that things are changing, like we spoke about at the beginning of this video. Things are changing. The polar axis changing. Things are changing. Currents are changing. That's just I guess validates what we were saying earlier as far as things changing.
I mean, you can look at the activity of the meteors alone, you know, in the sky, you know, and what's popping off in the sky, and of course the weather. All right, if you've seen that earthquake that happened in Taiwan a couple of days ago, that thing was vicious.
Con. Yeah, I got the update on the YouTube about it. I think didn't they have one in New York as well?
New York, yeah. All right. Now, what I surmise is that sometime after April 8th, a lot more of those things are going to be taking place over there. Like people, everybody know in the community know, in the Israelite community know that we don't believe something drastic is going to happen on April the 8th. All right. But shortly thereafter, all right, look for some major changes.
Con.
So yeah, you're right, man. Especially the activity and like the medias and stuff, like, I mean, it is just off the charts. All you got to do is just punch it in IG.
Facts, and that's what I wanted to touch up, because you know what, man, we ain't crazy. We young, you know what I'm saying, and the fact that we know who we are might look crazy into those that are not who we are. You know what I mean? Like
listen. Wouldn't that also eliminate room for a savior? Just knowing that the Most High put time limit on our captivity.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
I mean, that's another valid point. You know what I mean? Could be used as, it's just a measurement. We have no savior. We only got one savior, man, and it's been day one. You know. Okay. All right. Cool. Let's get into it.
All right. Let's cook.
Because of the bridge incident, and there's nothing coming in or out. So I've heard there's definitely going to be some starvation going on. The devil comet may be visible during this event, which is actually, if you look at the path of the shadow over the past 3 eclipses, it actually forms the first and last letter of the Hebrew alphabet. So the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. This is God's sign for us to repent. They're also going to be turning CERN on at this time, which, since there's an eclipse on the opposite side.
Now, I'm going to let you touch on that. How y'all pie is that we got the Aleph?
Yes.
What, the talking about the symbol?
Yeah, the Aleph and the Tha.
Yeah, and listen, you know, they pretty much writing it across the sky. All right.
Yeah.
Alpha, Alpha and Omega. All right. Where did it begin? Over here.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's gonna end?
Over
Over
here.
here, right? And you got motherfuckers out there fleeing to Africa and shit.
Yeah.
I know a motherfucker that's in Africa right now. and mad at other people because they won't flee.
Yeah.
Somewhere in scripture he's interpreted that, you know, in order to be saved you got to flee. Man, I can recall the Most High saying, "Wait on me," many a time.
Yeah.
Who the fuck shall I feel, man?
Some people just don't understand it, man. They don't get it, man. Regardless of where you at, the Most High gonna draw you back.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Just like magnets, you heard me. That's just how it's gonna work. You know what I mean?
Listen. Hey, listen. Ezekiel 33. On a dark and cloudy day, I will deliver my people.
Yeah.
All the places where I scattered them. Mm-hmm.
Facts. Now, remember, it's gonna be an exodus like they ain't never see before. It's gonna be in the first one, believe that. Because it's kind of that, man. Now, see, go ahead, huh?
No, I was saying that's facts.
Right. Now, you see, a couple seconds ago, the man was trying to implicate the fear factor into this, saying that they're not going to be able to bring food, they're not going to be able to transport, things will go up high. Well, look, let me tell y'all something. It's the same thing that happened last year and the year before that with them truckers. And shipments being transported railroad-wise, water-wise. Remember, the MEM just went shallow in the Mississippi over there around Tennessee area. Barges will get stuck. So look at this. This ain't nothing to spaz about. This ain't nothing to worry about. You don't need to go run and get 38 cases of water. No. This ain't that kind of show. This ain't that. We don't promote fear.
No.
The only thing you need to do is have your book in that, your head in that Torah, and we gonna be.
That's it. I mean, how can you when you got verses in Zechariah, you know, like even the sick in that day shall be like David, and the house of David like Noah.
Woo.
You know?
Yeah. I hear. All right.
I'm waiting on that day.
Con that.
Side of the world, this will open up a portal to other dimensions. Meanwhile, NASA's going to be sending rockets up. Here's the path of totality, which the best resolution.
Right.
But it starts out in Jonah, Texas, like Jonah in the well of the Bible, and along the path are not.
What'd you say, I?
Yeah. No, I was saying stop right there. I just wanted to touch. Yeah, no, you good. I just wanted to touch on NASA. Of course, NASA, boy, they got to, you know, join in the circus. Listen, I don't know why in the hell they would send 2 rockets up at a comet, or, you know, even close to that thing. All right. Last time this comet was around, it terraformed North America.
Yeah, you know, NASA with the foolishness, man. I don't know what they're trying to do, what they're trying to figure out, but bruh, you can't go against the grain here.
That's just dumb, man. That's too much going on, man. For what? Lunching for what?
Yeah.
I just want to throw that out there. Pick on NASA for a minute.
Nah, and it's very true, man. NASA is just known to have their hands in everything. You know what I mean? They know what is up. They know what's up, but they're not gonna tell us what's up.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of money, a lot of our tax money go to NASA. and they're BS. You know what I mean? We know we on the flat plane.
Yeah.
You know? Most High had told us this. You know, we're fixed, firm, and immovable, but we ain't going nowhere. Only thing is the luminaries.
We
the moon,
ain't go nowhere. Yeah, man.
So this is the path to totality, Con. This is the path where it's gonna be going through. Now, did you catch that beginning? He said it's gonna start at Jonah. I don't know if none of this symbolizes anything, but a lot of references to biblical names is popping up here. Y'all keep it in mind.
No doubt.
9 towns that are named Nineveh.
Not only that, but you also see an interesting pattern as well with these eclipses. You see that it will make an all, or what they call aleph in the Jewish, but that's the first letter of the Ya'udiyah, or also a Paleo-Hebraic alphabet, which has then been, of course, translated and transliterated into aleph in the modern Hebrew today. So again, the first eclipse occurred in 2017. This was the total solar eclipse, but then there was an annular solar eclipse that occurred back in October of 2013, so just about 5 months ago this time. And then in a few weeks, there's going to be the total solar eclipse, the second total solar eclipse that will occur in 2024. Now, isn't that interesting? Because if you tilt your head a little bit to the right, you see what makes the Al letter. Again, these are letters in the Al-Bath and the Ya'udiyah alphabet, also known as the Paleo-Hebrew. That's the first one. That's where you get the letter A from, because in the Ya'udiyah pictographic chart, you see that the first letter is Al, also known as the Aleph today. It has a numeric value of number 1. It's where you get the Latin A from, and pictographically, it symbolizes ox or an ox head, or strength, power, and strong. And this is how the letter looks. Very interesting that this letter looks just like all 3 eclipse paths that will occur in America. Definitely not a surprise or a coincidence. And then also the final letter right here is the Thu or Tha that looks like an X. X marks the spot, has a numeric value of 400. This is the final letter of the Al-Bathar alphabet, and pictographically means mark, sign, or brayat, covenant. So why is that so important? Because
and when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram. And lo, an horror of great darkness fell upon him. And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them. And they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. And afterward shall they come out with great substance.
Great substance.
And he showed me a multitude of his people and said to me, On their account, through 4 entrances, as you saw, I shall be provoked by them. And in these 4 descents shall my retribution for their deeds be accomplished. But in the 4th descent of 100 years, even 1 hour of the age, the same is 100 years. There shall be misfortune among the nations.
Now, I was already aware of these lunar.
You say you want to pause out?
No, I'm good. Yeah, ad-lib.
Eclipse that happens in 2017 and 2024, and how they actually make an X across America. But what I hadn't thought about was how the Tau or the Tav has the numeric value of 400. You see over here, as we're looking at the Paleo-Hebrew letters, and how each of these letters have numeric value. You see the last letter in the alphabet is the Tau or the Taw, and it has a numeric value of 400. Looking here at this letter Tav and the meanings behind it, we can see how it means a mark or a sign or a cross. Some of the other meanings are ownership, or to seal, or covenant, or to join two things together. And the last.
Yep.
The word of the Lord came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it, for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. And take another stick and write upon it, for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions. And join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. When the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their...
Paul, okay. So I chose that verse, right? Because as the guy just explained in the meaning, the joining of two sticks. You see that? And we're reading it right here.
Right.
The significant, you know what I'm saying? The significance of you know, that X is much more deeper than that. It's time to come home, y'all. This is out the Most High's mouth. This is out the Most High's mouth. All right. He putting these two sticks back there. X marks the spot. Over where? Shem's lot, where it all began. It's time to come home, y'all. Let's go.
detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their God. David my servant shall be king over them. They all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them. They shall dwell in the land that I...
So this here future tense. Right? It's future tense.
Sir. Yeah, well, in real, like real future, like real soon.
Right. Hey, look here, and what that say? And my servant, who?
David.
Hey, look here. There ain't no other name.
Right?
Other name, dog. There ain't no other name. You can cling on. You can try to cling on to the root.
Right.
Oh,
it is just over with. It's over with for that motherfucker in the New Testament. It is over.
You know, it's so the reflections and the duplications, man, are so wicked. You know, this is why they have to introduce John. They have to introduce John in the New Testament because we understand who we are and what the word John, what the Juan, what the Khan mean. Because you got to understand that this Naga king supposedly gave all authority to this JC character. You see what I'm saying? Had to come from a Juan. It had to come from a Khan because that's who Johnny the Baptist is supposed to play. This is phantoms. This is duplications at its finest. They orchestrated against you, Hasharella. I give them an A+, but you know what? The stuff is gonna last for so long. Like the Ox said, this is a time release. And guess what? We've been searching for freedom, not just today, but our adventures towards freedom begun a long time ago. Like my brethrens all around me.
Hey, matter of fact, when you said that John, right? You see how he popped off, how they had him pop off in First John. He tried to put JC right there in the beginning.
Man, let me tell you something. When I read that John, that damn John, when I read that to the tribe on 432 to drop, John had to belittle himself and make himself feel like he wasn't nothing in order to put this JC character above him. He had to belittle himself. Right? You take a read to it.
And the guy in the wilderness eating seaweed and shit.
Yeah.
Dirty and shit, babe.
Right. Come on, man. Come on. That's how they played the con. But yet they won't say that was that man cousin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking? You know what I'm talking about? They gonna say that was that man little cousin. Man, get out of here with that, man. Now, how you gonna say that was that man cousin, and then you popping open the first book in the New Testament, and they got all these damn names that he then went through, and the bloodline supposed to be, but that supposed to be his little cousin. Why you putting out all these names if that's that boy cousin? Let me tell you something, man. The lie is wicked, man. The lie can only be observed and witnessed and valued by those that ain't awoken and don't want to be awake. That's why I'm telling you, our journey started a long time ago. Let's get this pop.
I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt, and they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children, forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them, and I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore.
Now, along this path of totality that this total eclipse is going to take across the United States, we have meteorologists reporting a very unique and rare weather event occurring along the same path of totality. There is a bizarre and notable severe storm in recent memory taking place along this same path and along this same distance, stretching from Texas to the northeast, making its way along the new Madrid fault line. Over 16,000 individual lightning bolts spanning over 1,200 miles. Now, there are people that are saying this is a common occurrence for them and where they live. Me personally, I've never seen something like this before, such a severe storm stretching over 1,200 miles following the same path of a total eclipse. Like I said, we also have the weather people.
I do want to point this out. What Tecumseh was at 1812? Wasn't he around this general area?
He was right. Yeah, he was right here.
I wonder was the general area within where he was at, where they actually showing this Chickamauga area right here, this Choctaw area, this Cherokee area.
Oh,
you see what I'm saying?
Yo, all
this that stomping ground, son. You know this that boy background. He coming through.
And you know what else? Like right about where that line is, right? This is where it all started. Cause once the Most High them had turned their face away from our ancestors, right? Then this comet terraformed this area right here.
Yeah.
All right, and then did what? Allowed them to do what? Move west.
Yeah.
Had it not been for that comet that's about to show up on April 8th, we would have kept their ass right here. That's how bad your ancestors were fighting.
Yeah.
And they was guerrilla warfare on their ass, but jumping out of trees and shit.
Hey, what that boy said, I'm gonna stomp on the ground twice and what?
Yeah.
Hey, I got a guy coming up on that second video. He's gonna get into that.
Hey, yeah, you know that just fired me up, boy. When you say that, hey, look, you sent me the second video, because I checked my emails, I ain't get it yet.
Okay, I'll send it again.
All right, send it to the first email you sent it to, or whatever. It don't matter. I got both of them up.
All right.
People finding this weird and bizarre. But as I stated in my last two videos talking about this topic, this unique total eclipse that forms this X, as I said previously, something like this happened once before in the early 1800s. What followed after this X on this new Madrid fault line in the early 1800s was a series of horrible earthquakes only a couple months later. So horrific that they are still in the top 3 of the United States' worst earthquakes of all time. While this total eclipse may just come and go and nothing but a mere light show in the sky will just occur, we do have historical proof that there was disaster that had taken place after this total eclipse occurred. This very unique total eclipse occurred. Now, these series of massive earthquakes that occurred in the early 1800s, do they have a connection to this total eclipse that forms this giant black X over this new Madrid fault line? Or is it just one big coincidence? Now, I've covered massive earthquakes on this channel once before. Strange sightings being seen in the skies just prior to a massive horrific earthquake. More recently, the Morocco earthquake that claimed over, I believe, 3,000 lives. What appeared in the sky just prior to this massive earthquake are these very strange lights known as earthquake lights. They can appear like thunderstorms, they can appear like spheres.
For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore, these sons of Jacob are not consumed.
I found a very beautiful, informative website. It's called Catholic Online, Catholic.org, and it had some information in there that really caught my attention. Matter of fact, I ran across a picture, an image that was on this website, but when I got to it, it was gone. It was on Pinterest, and that's how I found this particular website. But I want to show you this picture here that was here.
Pause.
First of all, does this look?
Pause. All right. Now, when I seen this, I had to throw her in here. Shout out to her. Shout out to all these people. Lisa Haven, Static in the Attic, and whoever else content I use. Now look, this is from the 1811, 1812 joint.
You see the path, huh?
Right, it's the same X.
Right, it's the same class.
Look, that's why. Look at the X. Look at the ad lib.
Yeah.
It's the same X, man. The Most High don't change.
Hey man, look.
So
that's
it did this back in the 1800s.
Yeah.
And this is a long riff. That gray one, that's a long riff, man. So they found these cracks right here, and they still there. And so when people say that, man, none of this stuff, it is impossible for any of this stuff to be coincidence.
Facts.
Here it is. The Most High is performing the same X over the same spot. Coming up April 8th.
That can't be a coincidence.
No, man, it's time.
All right. I don't care what you say.
Hey, look, though, man, we can't stay in this goddamn captivity forever.
Yeah, man, for real. Man, who want to stay in this captivity?
Shit, man, nobody, man.
Hey,
nobody.
Antoine, that's right, man. Yeah, never a coincidence. Never, man. What if I mean, yeah, that's what we saying. Shout out to Jackie Sealer. I think I seen her comment, and whoever else, man. You know, if we miss your comment, forgive us. That's it. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom to the people.
All praises. That's my dude right there, Naga.
Oh, Naga, yeah, Naga be going hard, dog. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's my eye there. Enosh, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. That's why we made the channel, man. That's why we made the channel. We're gonna get to it. All right, yeah.
44 days before what?
Which one you reading?
That comment up there at the top by Enoch.
He said we backstage with we out with. Okay. I think somebody said they backstage. Oh, we ain't putting no link out.
I see we ain't put no.
Yeah, I mean, shit. But look, man, we ain't got no problem. But let's go ahead and get through. So we can get to that second joint. That second joint is all the change.
I bet you I still ain't get the
You still ain't get it?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
All right, let me get back to it.
Yeah, man. We plan to do like panels and shit.
Look familiar, guys?
And
them right there leak. But this right here is showing you that there's a 1,700-mile crack across the United States, and it goes clear from like the Idaho area, Yellowstone, all the way across. And what it does is it shows you at what time when they actually had the New Madrid. Some say Madrid. I'm sorry. I've been to Spain, so I'm still stuck on Madrid. So please forgive me. But 1811, there was actually a quake. 1812, there were two. There was one in January and one in February. During all these earthquakes, they ended up resulting in different cracks. Both cracks intersect at the New Madrid seismic zone. So you have this crack here, the crack across America. Then you have the one that was caused by New Madrid, according to what they're saying. Okay. But then you go up here, you can see that there's also a rift zone. So you have a lot of things that are going on in the United States that I never heard of before. There was even a 1663 quake. There was a 7.9 that was in this area as well. So while people are traveling, if any earthquake or anything was to happen, you need to know exactly what's going on out there. Okay. Now the thing about this particular comet, this comet was actually seen in 1811 and 1812.
For thus saith the Lord God, behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out. As a shepherd seeketh out his flock in the day that he is among his sheep that are scattered, so will I seek out my sheep. He will deliver them out of all places where they have been scattered in the cloudy and dark day. In the cloudy and dark day.
Let's dive in to what the hell is going on in our skies.
Right there.
Yeah.
Mike. Huh? Yeah, you too. How you? It's right there. Mute. Hey, my bad, man.
All right, y'all be patient with us. We about to queue up the second video, and I'll dig a little deeper into this 1811, 1812 Madrid earthquake / comet / black sun or eclipse. All right, I got a guy, man. I found the guy on YouTube, but he cold with it. on that Tecumseh drop. Come on, what we got going on? Yourself?
About to load up here.
Oh, you loading up? Okay. Shalom to the Ox, man. It's on the panel.
You want me to cue up their mic?
No,
All right,
because
all right.
Yeah, we got to get this drop off.
Yeah.
Like I said, man, we was gonna do a joint for that. You know what I'm saying? But we got to get this drop off.
All right.
But you know what I'm saying? Y'all fellas welcome on the panel though.
All right.
So, what you might expect from an earthquake. Number 2, awful noise. Number 3, loud, distant thunder, hoarse and vibrating.
Right, pause.
Complete
Let me set it up.
saturation of the atmosphere by sulfur.
All right, so this is pretty much all the stuff that was recorded back then in different books. As you see, you had Eliza Bryan, her account, and you had Bradbury's travels, and so these are different accounts on what people actually witnessed. Now, the thing about it, they downplay the hell out of this shit, man. I mean, you know, we ain't read about it nowhere in no textbooks in school. You know, it's just like you know what I'm saying, a myth or something. But this shit actually happened. All right. And one thing about it, it is nothing like this that has happened since. All right. All this stuff right here was terraforming. All right, North America.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents above did it for several reasons. All right, you're gonna as we go on, you know, my guy, he's gonna talk about, you know, how they found, you know, 2,000-year-old artifacts, and excavations and shit right here in your backyard. All right, let's cook.
Phosphorus vapor, causing total darkness, and the air was thick with something like smoke. Now that one stands out to me, and I don't know if I'll remember to cover it, but I don't know. If you're listening to this, does that sound like something that is typical of an earthquake? Sulfurous vapor causing total darkness? Just saying. Anyway, I won't dwell on it. Next point, dreadful rapids on the Mississippi River. Number 6, destruction, which comes in the way of homes, chimneys being knocked over, glass shattered in homes, trees being fallen over. That's point 7. Number 8, there was lightning involved in these quakes. The ground rose and fell. That's my point 9. And number 10, the Mississippi foamed and boiled like a cauldron. This is particularly during one of the accounts of the February 7th, 1812 quake. Okay, next point, the stream flowed backwards. Whether it did or whether it didn't seems to be contentious among some of the videos and things I've read. But in the least, the river was sloshing back and forth, and even in some cases creating almost types of waterfalls within the river where maybe the ground was raising up. Okay. Number 12, the earth was in a continual state of agitation. That comes from the Eliza Bryan account. Okay. Number 13, this is also from the Eliza Bryan account, that the surface of hundreds of acres of land was covered in sand from fissures. Now maybe I can sneak it in to the video here. I remember just having looked it up in Christchurch in, I guess that's New Zealand. There's some pretty good pictures of what sand fissures and mud flooding and sand can do. Okay, number 14, last point, kind of the same idea. Sand blows. So this is on page 209. On entering the house, I saw a Bible lying open on the table. They informed me that the greatest part of the inhabitants in the neighborhood had fled to the hills on the opposite side of the river for safety, and that during the shock, about sunrise on the 16th, a chasm had opened on the sandbar opposite the bluffs below, and on closing again, had thrown the water to the height of a tall tree. They also affirmed that the earth opened in several places back from the river. One of the men, who appeared to be considered as possessing more knowledge than the rest, entered into an explanation of the cause and attributed it to the comet that had appeared a few months before, which he described as having two horns, over one of which the earth had rolled and was now lodged betwixt them, that the shocks were occasioned by the attempts made by the earth to surmount the other horn. If Dillard, in speaking of the shocks, not especially the first one, says, "There issued no burning flames, but flashes such as would result from an explosion of gas or from passing of electricity from cloud to cloud." Lewis F. Lynn, United States Senator, in a letter to the chairman of the Committee on Commerce, says, "The shock was accompanied ever by anon by flashes of electricity, rendering the darkness doubly terrible." Another evidently somewhat excited observer near New Madrid thought he saw many sparks of fire emitted from the earth. At St. Louis, gleams of flashes of light were frequently visible around the horizon in different directions, generally ascending from the earth. In Livingston County, according to Mr. Riddick, the atmosphere previous to the shock of February 8 was remarkably luminous, objects being visible for considerable distance, although there was no moon. On this occasion, the brightness was general and did not proceed from any point or spot in the heavens. It was broad and expanded, reaching from the zenith on every side toward the horizon. It exhibited no flashes nor coruscations, but as long as it lasted, was a diffused illumination of the atmosphere on all sides. At Bardstown, there are reported to have been frequent lights during the commotions. At Knoxville, Tennessee, at the end of the first shock, two flashes of light at intervals of about a minute, very much like distant lightning, were observed. Farther cast, in North Carolina, there were reported three large extraordinary fires in the air. One appeared in the easterly direction, one in the north, and one in the south. The continuance was several hours, their size as large as a house on fire. The motion of the blaze was quite visible, but no sparks appeared. At Savannah, Georgia, the first shock is said to have been preceded by a flash of light. And just my own thoughts, but keep in mind that lightning in December is rare, which is when the New Madrid earthquakes started in 1811.
Facts.
After the day of the Black Sun, Tecumseh and his brother attracted more followers. Okay, so they start getting this following. So on November 6, 1811, Governor Harrison attacked Prophetstown with over 1,000 men, and this was the beginning of Tecumseh's War. Tecumseh was at the Shawnee and Delaware Indian villages near Cape Girardeau, 50 miles north of the epicenter of New Madrid, when the earthquake first struck on December 16th, 1811.
All right, this is my guy right here, man. I think his channel is the Great Deception Podcast. All right, y'all sub up. All right, he got some great shit over there. And to all the other, people, content I use, man, appreciate you. But fair use. All right. All right, let us get this thing off now. Fair use. All right, that's all I want to say. That's cool.
So what we see here, okay, you see the comet. Then you see at the meeting of the Creek Confederacy where he tells Big Warrior, listen, if you do not come with me, I will make the ground shake by the time I get to Detroit. And what happens? December 1811, the ground starts to shake. And it continues to shake for the better part of the next 3 to 4 months. And we're talking some massive shaking.
3 to 4 months.
So on December 16th, the first of 3 extraordinary earthquakes measuring near or at 8.0. Now they they estimate this because the Richter scale obviously wasn't around in 1811.
Right.
They hit the Midwestern and Southern United States. These quakes were so intense, they shook church bells in New England and Charleston, South Carolina. And it was felt as far away as Mexico, Florida, or Mexico, Canada, and the Rocky Mountains. And it affected 1.5 million miles of land. I mean, these quakes are just massive. And for a time, it caused parts of the Mississippi to change directions. Now, think about that. Think about how powerful an earthquake must be to get the mighty Mississippi to change direction for 3 days.
Thanks.
Whew. So during the winter, they recorded 1,874 tremors within the New Madrid Fault.
Wow.
Okay. There was a strong smell of sulfur. So back then, to them, that was going to mean what? The devil, right?
So I want to touch up on that sulfur part. You know, you got these quakes. Y'all know they got that mem sauce under us. And when you getting that smell of that sulfur, you're getting that smell of that mem down there. You're getting that smell. Remember that the mem comes from the volcanic. It comes from the lava. The mem comes from the lava. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
understand. He gonna actually. Let me just say he gonna actually allude to it just like you said, because he said they was shooting up out of the ground like fucking grenade launchers. And he was like it was thousands. Yeah, but it was like the mixture of the sand and the the cold, you know what I'm saying, being compressed together and shooting up like mines or something.
Okay.
And he said with thousands of them, man. Like this is pretty much mayhem, chaos.
That scent, that smell of sulfur always had some evil, satanic, or devilish connotation to it. So it says, the ground was rolling in waves of a few feet in height, with a visible depression in between. By and by, those swells burst up, throwing large volumes of water and a species of charcoal. Right, so land was spitting up water, charcoal, and that's not it. So we're going to go to the book here, When the Mississippi Ran Backwards. And he goes,
good book, y'all.
James
Good
Fletcher
book.
watched as a granary and a smokehouse sank into a fissure and disappeared, after which the gap in the ground closed up, permanently burying the buildings. Think about that, guys. The buildings were swamped.
Now you see what they saying? The nigga said he just saw a fucking farmhouse vanish. And so as you know what I'm saying, like if you check out the video on his YouTube, I highly suggest everybody do. You know, it talks about how some of these fissures were damn near a half a mile long, nigga, swallowing whole neighborhoods, vanishing just like that, and the ground will cover right back up. I mean, this is some strange, type shit going on. Anybody got something to add?
Swallowed by the land. They disappeared. Everywhere, the earth was opening and various substances were thrown high up into the air. In some places, sand and other materials were forced up through large circular holes. Water came rising to the surface and was sometimes sent spouting up in geyser-like streams. Fletcher noted that the earth was, in a course of 15 minutes after the shock in the morning, nearly entirely inundated with water. A deluge, right? So Michael Braum observed the bed of the Mississippi River suddenly rise up like a great loaf of bread to the height of many feet, the uprising being accompanied by a terrible rumbling noise. At its height, the loaf burst as great quantities of sand, water, and black sulfurous vapor were sent shooting upward. I mean, think about that, guys. That's crazy. Just stuff shooting all over the place. So then you have Captain George Riddle, and his unbelieving eyes as the bank caved in 30 yards back from the water. So 30 yards in, the bank just gets sucked in. As far up and down the river as he could see, acres upon acres of land went plunging into the current. One of his cows came rushing toward him in terror. The ground in her path suddenly opened up, and unable to check her momentum, the poor beast went plummeting into a chasm. A swamp suddenly lifted up and become dry land, while the side he stood on was rapidly falling and filling with water. And he says, all the while, ear-splitting explosions echoed around them, and the earth burst everywhere, throwing mud, sand, water, and coal 100 feet toward the sky. Between the quake and the flood, not one of the community's houses was left standing. So think about that devastation. It just seems like it was going insane. So we look here, it says large areas sank into the earth, new lakes were formed, the course of the Mississippi River was changed, and forests were destroyed over an area of 150,000 acres. Houses, gardens, and fields were swallowed up, one source notes, but damages were low because the area was sparsely settled then. We talked about that, how the population at the turn of the century, luckily, had pretty much left, and there wasn't a whole lot left there. But this is the biggest earthquake ever recorded in the contiguous United States, and it occurred that the next one occurred on February 17th or February 7th, 1812, with a magnitude greater than 8 on the Richter scale, we estimate. The first earthquake preceded by 3 other major quakes. So you had 2 on December 16th, and then you had 1 on January 23rd. And then you had another one on February 7th. There are estimates that the earthquakes were felt strongly over 50,000 square miles and were moderately across nearly 1 million to 1.5 million square miles. The world's largest sand boil was created by the New Madrid earthquake. It was 1.4 miles long and 136 acres in extent, and it's located in Bothell, Missouri. Okay, so that's kind of what we're looking at here. This is what they're talking about, is this area of a sand boil, which means the sand was rising and shooting out of the ground. Now, what else did they have? They had seismic tar balls. Small pellets up to golf ball size tar balls are found in sand boils and fissures. They are petroleum that have been solidified, or petroliferous nodules. You have earthquake lights, which are lights that flashed up from the ground, caused by quartz crystals being squeezed. The phenomena is called semiluminescence. The 1811-1812 earthquakes caused at least 221 landslides along the bluffs that define the eastern boundary of the Mississippi River. So think about that. The ground is just chaos at this time. You had over 2,000 earthquakes. There's stuff shooting out of the ground. I mean, it sounds like hell on earth at this time. You got the Mississippi River running the wrong way, which is essentially like a tsunami if you think about it. Okay. There was a little town called Prairie, Arkansas, which sank into the ground slowly over the first day. The people soon found themselves knee-deep in water and had waded for several miles in the northeast direction to get up to high ground. The whole town simply disappeared with no trace of it today. And this is what we talk about with the mud floods. This is the type of liquefaction that could have taken place that swallowed buildings or buried a lot of buildings. Think about how many cities are on top of other cities. Well, why? Was it liquefaction? Was it just easier to build on top of it rather than destroy it? And there's so many questions that come out of this. But what you see are these, I mean, it's just, I mean, look at the flooding here. This is from New Madrid in 1810 or 1811. I mean, it's just, it's nuts. New Madrid saw an extinct buffalo skull supposedly was ejected from the grounds. Sand blows erupted from the circular openings that we showed you before. One of them was 16 and a half feet deep and 63 feet in diameter. I mean, that's massive, massive change of the landscape. It shot out pieces of coal up to 15 to 20 pounds. Guys, those are like mini cannonballs just being launched from the earth. I feel for the poor bastard that was on the receiving end of one of those. So one of the teams that was excavating there, they found potsherds, spear points, and corn kernels, and realized that many of the sand blows were more than 200 years old. Some had archaeological sites on top of them with 2,000-year-old artifacts. There's no way the New Madrid earthquakes was a one-time freak event. The Midwest had been slammed by violent quakes around 1450 AD and 900 and 2350 BC, and probably more often than that. But what I found interesting, what they say there, 2,000-year-old artifacts. There was stuff going on here, guys. Lots of stuff before white man ever got here, or the Europeans, I should say. Now you had the Native Americans. What did they think about this quake? They said the earthquakes were because the Great Spirit was displeased with the whites for taking so much tribal land and for killing so many natives at the Battle of Tippecanoe.
Pause.
Back in 1811 at the hands of.
Pause. All right. So this is a crucial point. All right, at the live, because what I wanted to try to convey to the people listening is that how far removed do you think your parents above were, you know what I'm saying, from you? And I say that to say that, you know what I'm saying, they just had turned their face away from us at this time period right here. And because you're gonna see, just like then, the chief, he thought that the creator was mad at them, but Tecumseh is gonna correct him and say that no, the Most High was mad at the land invaders because they got tired of seeing their children killed on sacred ground. And so in anger, your parents above terraformed North America. Ain't that love?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's cook.
One William Henry Harrison. The tribes themselves were being punished for abandoning the traditional ways, some chiefs thought. The Great Spirit is angry with the human race, was about to destroy the world. The Shawnee prophet that caused the earthquake to destroy the whites. Okay? So they're saying Tecumseh created this. With the fulfillment of Tecumseh's prophecy, they had a clear explanation for the shocks, as well as an unmistakable direction. They began prepping for war. So the Potawatomi chief said, "The Great Spirit is angry and wants us to return to ourselves and live in peace. You see, many children have sold their lands. The Great Spirit did not give them land to sell. Perhaps the cause is the Great Spirit is angry." Okay? In a tribal council in Indiana, in May, Tecumseh said, "Our hearts are good. They were never bad. Governor Harrison made war on our people in my absence. It was the will of God that he should do so. We hope that it please God that the white people may leave us in peace, and we will not disturb them. Neither have we done it, except when they have come to our village with the intention of destroying us. I will further state that had I been home, there would have been no bloodshed."
One, violent shocks, being awakened by noise.
Yep. That was pretty much it right there. That was it right there, man. And so you know, like I said, man, if it wasn't for that comment, you know what I'm saying, they wouldn't have been able to push west. All right. The Most High had to rearrange some things, all right, to take out some old world buildings, mud flood buildings, all right, hide evidence, so to speak. And so, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say, it happened for many different reasons.
Facts. Everything we studied, you know, up to this point, got us to where we're at today. You know what I mean? And all the knowledge, all the wisdom that we get from Mama, Big Mama, you know, we're able to put it together, man, and make sense of all of this, you know, and to understand that, you know, that time is coming, that awakening is coming, man. You know what I mean? And they're rocking with us. They're rocking with us. You know, regardless of how it's going, they're rocking with us. We keep the code. We keep that's all we can do. Only thing the people in Egypt done was kept one code, and that was the Shabbat, and that's because Moses brought it. Other than that, they ain't had no Shabbat. Keep our Shabbat. That's ours. They can take everything else from us. But they tell us how to spend the day.
Don't put that halo on top of your head, girl. Put that halo up there.
Yeah, to back that up yourself, I guess we can go ahead and you know, end it, man. But I wanted to leave a verse, and that's gonna be, you know, how I go out, and after that, you know what I'm saying, y'all go around the room and you know, bid farewells, so we can keep into you know, keeping this blessed Shabbat.
Con that.
All right, y'all give me 1 second. Man, y'all let us know. Y'all let me and yourself and Eliezer, y'all let us know if y'all want us to you know, come back strong with that Abraham drop. Abraham went up into the heavens, all right, and he saw the end times and all kind of shit, man. But me and yourself just itching to get at it.
Yeah.
Man, that motherfucker, man, that book right there so damn raw.
Yeah.
Damn, where is Ecclesiastes, man? What is Ecclesiastes? All right, yeah, yourself. So, what you were saying, man, you know, that's all that's needed to do is this right here, Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 through 14, and it says, "Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter." All right. Fear. All right. Fear. All right. Because you can't respect unless you fear. All right, and then you'll come to understand that they're one and the same.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so fear Hawa and keep your father and mother above commandments. All right. Why? For this is man's and woman's all. Go a little deeper. For Hawa will bring every. When you think the Most High ain't looking, they looking. Oh, there go my phone. My bad. All right. Every work into judgment, including every secret thing, whether good or evil. And so I just want to say, man, out there, if y'all focus on keeping Torah, I kid you not, you have absolutely nothing to worry about.
Allahu Wada.
All right. Eliezer.
Yes, sir. I would just like to just don't be afraid. There's no need to worry because the Most High, if you are connected to the Most High will take care of you. And so I don't care what, man, you can be in the middle of a hurricane. If the Most High got you, the Most High got you. So, so just stay strong in your faith, man. That's all I can say, man.
You bring up a good point. Because even Moses spent time in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, prior to that, he was a king. You know what I mean? And he spent a lot of time in that dungeon, man. You know what I mean? And it don't matter where you at. Most High with you. You know, sometimes we put ourselves in predicaments that we can't get out of. But understand that regardless of where we at, the Most High with us. You know what I mean? I say that because as an interesting point that you bring up as far as being anywhere. And that's true. That's true.
Gone. And listen, man, if anybody out there, because I know I do it all the time, right? And I'm gonna get this off, man. We can, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't got nothing, we can close it out. We know it's Shabbat. I often wonder, all right, now, so you look at a book like The Wisdom of Solomon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of my favorite passages in that book is it says that the other nations, right? They will be amazed at the strangeness of our salvation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so I often think about how it's gonna look, what it's gonna sound like, what's the weather gonna be on that day.
Yeah.
How we gonna get there? Are we flying or walking? Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I've been on this verse in Psalms, right, for a long time, and I love it. And every time I read it, I get goosebumps every time because we know the Most High wouldn't leave us, just with nothing. All right, so if you read Psalms 91, it pretty much gives you a glimpse of how it's going to be on that day. All right, shall we? Psalms 91. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. So what are you worried about? Huh?
Exactly.
Did y'all get that out there?
Oh,
Let's get it again. Let's get it again.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Facts, okay? Because we're going to see what's going to happen to them. He who dwells in the what secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. All right. We will say of the Most High, Mother Father is our refuge and our fortress. In Hawa, we will trust. Surely they shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler, huh? Okay, yourself, Apocalypse of Abraham, and we was digging on the plagues. Check this out. And from the perilous pestilence.
Read.
They, all right, we ain't just talking about some lonely man walking to and fro.
Yeah.
As my Naga Drop said. Drop said it ain't some old big guy just walking. No, they, right? Give me a minute. Let me find my spot. Okay. They shall cover you. They shall cover you with their feathers. What is that? Wow. Okay. We're talking about a force field, my Naga. They shall cover thee with their feathers. But it gets better. And under their wings you shall take refuge. All right. Their truth, not the lie. Their truth. What is that? Torah. Shall be your shield and buckler. You shall not be afraid of what? Terror by night. All right. So listen, if you keep in Torah, and we good.
Yeah.
All you guys to do is just sit tight.
Yep.
All right. And so nor of the arrow that flies by day. Now you equate that to missiles or ballistic missiles or what have you. Nor, listen now again yourself, nor of the pestilence that walks in the darkness. Damn, they got a pestilence that walk. God damn.
Yeah, you know,
all right. So listen, man. This is where. All right, let me get this last. Nor of the destruction that lays waste at noonday. All right, so we got shit popping off nighttime, daytime, noon, midnight. All right, it's going down right here in Psalms 91.
Yeah,
it's just hidden.
Yeah,
you wondering how it's gonna be on that day? Psalms 91. All right, now listen. This is where you know, the Most High ups the ante, right? 1,000. What we talking yourself? Mass what?
Murder.
Mass murder.
Mass murder.
Murder with a gyro.
Murder.
Listen, man. 1,000, not 100. 1,000 may fall at your right side, and 10,000 at your right hand. Death, nigga, all around you. Death, look, death. They gonna put it in your face. but it shall not come near you. It shall not come near you, Drop Nation. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked. Man, we got to watch all these niggas die.
Man. That's gonna be a sad day.
Only with your eyes.
Oh no! You ain't gonna feel nothing.
Right.
No, the Most High going. It's gonna be no day of remorse, no day of feeling, none of that. It's just gonna be the glory of the Most High. Is it? You gonna observe it, and by you observing it, you're gonna get 7 layers of smoke, or you're gonna get 7 layers of joy. You feeling me?
Yeah.
The two.
What I was saying it's gonna be a sad day if you're on the wrong side.
Yeah. Regardless.
It's gonna be it's gonna actually be more than sad or worse than sad. You know, it's gonna be a horrendous day. Extremely horrendous day if you're on the opposite side of us.
And see what he tell Esdras is, feel no remorse, Esdras, because I don't feel no remorse for those that don't.
He so did. He said he would see them motherfuckers dead than disrespect his Torah. Some people thinking it's a game, my nigga. It ain't how fast you run this race, my nigga.
Yeah.
It's about lasting to the end. Why? Because you have made the Most High, who is our refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. Huh? Who you dwelling with? Because if you dwelling with Hawa, all right, it says right here in verse 10, right? And no evil shall befall you. Who the fuck shall we fear?
Nobody. But the Most High.
Who shall we fear? Yourself and yourself? I got 2 of them on here.
Yeah, man. Boy, look, mama and daddy, that's it, boy.
Yeah.
Respect the time.
Respect is right. Frame and shape. All right, so listen, man. Listen. No evil shall befall. We just watching this shit go down from the sideline or in the wilderness, or it could be in the air.
Wherever you're located.
Say that 9? Why you say that 9? We gonna be flying and shit? Hey, I don't know, because right here it says, "Nor shall any plague come near your dwelling." We got to get back on them plagues and apocalypse. Get that serious yourself. We got to get back on it.
Yeah, because I've been wanting to do it for a long time.
Yeah, you know, the build up, that just make him better.
Yeah.
The anticipation. All right, so why you say that 9? Why you say that? Because right here in verse 11, it says, "For they shall give their angels dracons charge over you." There you go. Who coming to get you? Who coming to get me? There you go. All right. I done already told my folks, listen, when my ride pull up, hey man, I love you and I wish you the best. I got to go.
Yeah. You better have your shoes on your feet and your staff in your hand.
Yeah, I'm talking about, boy, hey, boy. Hey,
nigga said, "Well, my I gotta roll. I gotta go."
Yeah. Hey, nigga dropping all kind of shit, trying to run out the door.
They gonna look at you and be like, "Man, where you going? You don't need none of this."
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was telling all the preppers, man. You can't carry all that shit with you.
Yo, man, look, man, I know a motherfucker, man. That nigga got Coke cans and water filled up to the ceiling, nigga. Man, it for real.
Coke cans, wait, water and Coke cans.
Man, he got Coke can, nigga, food, ramen noodles to the ceiling. I said, man, you can start your goddamn little convenience store in this bitch.
Man, that shit done went bad. Shit done went bad on his ass.
Hey, man, I just can't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about it, man. Not when the Most High say, you know, in that day, the sick shall be like David, in the house of David like Hawa. That let me know I ain't got to do no prep. I'm already prepped. All right, I got to ride the catch, because for they shall give their angels dracons. All right, angels dracons charge over you to keep you in all your ways. So I remember COVID came around, right? A lot of people was just, you know, unsure, you know, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen. Man, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck we gotta worry about, man? It's that keep you in all your ways. They're going to assign angels to you to keep you in all your ways. So how we get into the wilderness? There you go. All right, so listen, verse 12, and I'm gonna bring it home. In their hands they shall bear you up. So are you gonna be in the air looking at it? Could be. They shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. All right, so that means, say you Dracon got you and y'all flying. Hey man, pick your feet up. Fuck around here with them tall ass cedars. Pick your feet up, goddamn it. Least you dash your foot against a stone. That's it, y'all. That's the worst that can happen. You shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion, and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. Because they, all right, have set his love, or their love, all right, your mother and father, upon me. Therefore, we, your mother and father above, will deliver him or her. I will set him on high, all right? Or we, right? Your mother and father above will set us on high, because why? We have known their name. Everybody say it together. Wow. All right. Think it's a game. He said the same thing in Isaiah. Those that call upon my name shall be saved. So you think it ain't no power in that name? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, last two verses. He shall call upon, or your parents above shall call upon me. All right. And I take that back. Okay, let's just say they shall call upon us, and we will answer them. All right. We will be, listen, y'all. And we all know that we got this, April 8th coming up. Listen, we will be with him or her in trouble. Huh? They that bring the peril is the only one that's able to save out of it. All right. We will deliver them. Who? The ones that's keeping Torah. Plain and simple. Because if you ain't, you can forget about it. All right. We will deliver him or her and honor him or her and show him or her our salvation. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu.
All right, that's it, y'all. 9 Spiral. I appreciate everybody that came up. To the fellas that came up, man. If y'all would have stayed on, man, I gave y'all a chance to speak. Also, but listen, if y'all want to do panels and stuff like that, just let us know. Oh, there he is right there, man. Hey, man, you want to chime in? DD for mayor, what's happening?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think he's trying.
You talking to me, bro?
Yeah.
Nah, we're good. We good. Y'all put it down, man. Yeah, I know y'all said something about that 44 days after. So I've been on that for a long time, bro. I'm about to turn 44. So I've been on this little journey probably right when y'all hit it. You know what I'm saying? So I remember y'all said something earlier about that. Y'all mentioned about the 44 days before, 44 days after. I put the 44 days because May 21st is the 141st day of the year. It's only one Hawaii. You spell Hawaii, that equals 41. And go back to the 44, that's Kauai. That's Big Mama.
Come on. No doubt.
But y'all music, man, y'all music what woke me. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, I've always listened to hip hop all my whole life. But when I come across y'all shit like in 2021, I think Camaro was on Killer Priest podcast. And they tried to shame him. They tried to shame him. So boom, like that day forward, I think it was an Ether Cut, a little song y'all dropped back in 2020 or something. That was the first song I heard from y'all. So from that day forward, bro, that's all that's on my playlist, bro. I wake up in the morning, I listen to this shit. I go to sleep, listen to y'all shit. That's it, bro. I don't listen to nothing else. Cause if a person, you truly understand music and you listen to y'all music, it speaks for itself, bro. It's 10:44. It's 10:44 right now, Eastern time. So it's always on point, bro. The 44 always been there. Cause that's Big Mama. Big Mama looking down. She want Big Papa to come down here and get the children. That's it, bro. The whole scripture is about the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even got to speak, bro. Y'all music speak for itself. Every goddamn track y'all drop, it's on point, bro.
Facts.
It's nothing out here that can touch it. And I speak for everything. I speak for Tupac shit, everything, bro. Everything. It's not in tune. It's not that frequency. You see what I'm saying? You got to be on the frequency to be with the Most High.
Con it.
So that's
who
Antoine.
That's my son. That's my son. He's 17, bro. He own it just as much as me, bro.
Okay.
For real. Yeah, I got.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Hey, boy, peace to y'all, man. I gotta go. I gotta feed these kids, bro. I got their sick kids. I gotta go though.
Hey, hey, we appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Anytime.
Much love, much love.
Yeah.
No doubt, no doubt. Yeah, Shalom too, young. But yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, man, y'all just let us know if y'all want us to come back with that Abraham drop, man. I mean, that drop is so special. And we're gonna give it to you. You know what I'm saying, the right way, and let you know what's going on. And man, it really takes some time to, to iron it out. But just let us know. Me, yourself, and Ross, we'll get on it. We'll get on it.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's been fun, man. Look here, man. Appreciate y'all fellas, man.
Appreciate you.
Much Shabbat Shalom to the people out there.
Shabbat Shalom.
All right, man. We out.
Yeah.
But you got to hit the button, though.
All right.